What's going on, guys? My name is Johnny Bandon and I will be your CCNA instructor for this CCNA video series. And in this video, we're going to go over a nice, simple, easy lab, FTP. So really the purpose of this is show you how to transfer via FTP on the iOS. And then also we're going to do a Wireshark capture to kind of see or kind of verify the things we learned in our FTP lecture as far as like the control and data ports go. So it's going to be a quick, easy lab, just like the TFTP lab if you did that one. Let me minimize this real quick, my face. You're just going to make a connection to, well, my local host being my computer is running my FTP server. And then what we're going to do is transfer iOS to the FTP server that's sitting out here. It's so easy. It's literally like 3 or 4 commands. Other than configuring the IP addressing here, you can configure an FTP global usernames or not. Then you just come down and run the same command you did with TFTP, except this time it's FTP. Really that simple. The hardest part about this lab is the backend stuff that I did. And let me show you. And that's actually finding an FTP server that works for you and that's easy. The one I recommend, because it just gets me up and running right away. It was way easier than like FileZilla server, is Wing FTP server. You install it. You put a username, you go to that username, pick the directory, boom, you're done. That's it. It was easy. And that's what I like when it comes to these labs, because CCNA, we're not learning how to deploy FTP servers, we're learning the syntax. So to create that real world environment, you need an FTP server, of course. And when you're doing that, you don't want to learn a whole new thing. We just want a quick FTP server, boom, easy, done. So we did that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. For our paid viewers, of course, this lab is going to be on your Google Drive available to you with all the images and all the pre-configuration. And again, we appreciate you supporting us. For any of you watching on our free streaming service like YouTube, this repository, it's free. You can go to it. In here, you can get a baseline for all your devices, and all your lab instructions are here. So we're going to be... I guess I haven't uploaded the FTP section yet. That's okay. I can do that real quick on VS Code. Just do a git stage commit, all that stuff, right? If you guys want to see that real quick, right? On VS Code, it's really easy. Stage. We're going to commit all the changes and then sync. Gets so easy on VS Code. Just makes it way too easy. Okay, those changes are going to synchronize, and then let's check this out. Look at that new commit message. Got our FTP lab. So here, I'm going to bring this off to the screen you can't see. And let's go through the lab steps. So step 1, turn on all devices. I did that by coming over here, more actions, start all nodes. Paste baseline from GitLab. Again, for you guys that not taking our paid course. If you need to paste a baseline, it's right here for you. We have provide one, or you can make your own. It's real simple. Then verify connectivity and IP addressing. So let me just go ahead and log in here. So show IP interface brief. If you've been watching along, you know that this IP address is going to go ahead and match the subnet that this VM is on, which is my A6i server, which is connected to my home network. So with this network bridge or network management device, whatever you want to call it, an EVNG, that allows my devices in EVNG to have internet access. So I put a static IP, I configure a default route out, and that's it. We're good to go. So now with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some FTP configuration. For this, the only thing you got to know is the username and password of your FTP server so that you can get access to it, because you do have to be authenticated for FTP. So we have 2 options here. We can go ahead and create a username at global config mode, and that's going to set our FTP username globally. And we're going to get into why you would and want to do this. It really doesn't matter. And then our password. And then there you go. That's it. To be an FTP client, that's all you got to do. And now, so our instructions say we're going to transfer our iOS. So the first thing we got to do is look into our flash and look at our iOS file name. Okay. And then we're going to copy a file from our flash over to FTP. We're going to hit enter. We have the source file name already in there. What's the IP address of the FTP server? That's completely going to be up to the IP address of your FTP server. This is my computer's IP address. And then that's it. Look at that. It was that easy. If you don't set a global, let me stop this transfer real quick. Did I already do my Wireshark capture? I did. If you don't set a global, you can also do it this way, where you can do FTP. And then what you're going to want to do here is just actually fill out the username or this way instead of it being global. So it's going to be username, colon, password, then at the IP address of that FTP server. If you're doing DNS and have a hostname resolution, that'll work too. And then the directory path. The directory path for my FTP server is sitting right on the C drive under a folder called FTP. So I'm good there. And then we could right here also like already preset the name. Put the IP address. Destination file name. I think that not gonna work. Okay, we could have changed the file name. We should have. But there you go. Now it's sending information that way. And if you ever want to pull from the FTP server, it's just reversed. Now instead of copy flash, it's copy FTP flash. And then that's it, guys. That is it. There's our FTP lab. Crazy, right? Let's see if we'll get this. No, we don't want to overwrite iOS, right? So it's really that simple, guys. And I think in our last video, the point of this is to really back up running configs, to back up our iOSs. And if we're upgrading and we send our new iOS over to this router via FTP, one thing we can do here is come in here to boot system flash, and then we can set the new iOS we transferred over. And then when we reload, it'll load in that new iOS. Just little extra steps. Now let's go take a look at that Wireshark capture. Let's go ahead and just quickly look at FTP. And I want to see from the beginning, the initiation. All right, so there's the source port and destination port. Let's see how they change. So you see as we're doing the data transfers, we're keeping that 21 port. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then if we look at the actual FTP, that was my quick command. We're actually writing, right? That's, actually, let's see here. So this is the transfer of the password. Pretty cool, right? You can kind of see that it's also clear text, which is like, no good, right? But this right here, you can kind of see all the messages we're sending across. Pretty cool. You can kind of see the data blocks. You want to dive deep into this. But that is our entire FTP lab. So I want to thank everyone for viewing. And please stay tuned. Keep watching our CCNA course. If you like these videos and you want some more, if you want some Q&A with me, the instructor, Q&A with my team, our Discord, access to practice exam software for over 1,000 questions. If you want more information on how our company does virtual or in-person training for your unit or organization, please feel free to reach out to us. Go to our website, follow us on social media, and we'd love for you to become part of the family, and we'd love to help you get certified. Thank you.